This is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 5.
A massive storm setting off hundreds of watches and warnings across the Midwest. From tornadoes to hail, even impressive lightning shows, and the system is barreling towards Charlotte tonight. Here's a live look from our HG Lake Norman cam. The rain less than 30 miles away from there and definitely closing in fast. Our team of meteorologists is using the strongest radar in the area to track this storm as it moves our way.
And it is packing heavy rain and gusty winds. Meteorologist John Ahrens is in Severe Weather Center 9 to pinpoint just when it'll get here, John.
Tonight, crime scene tape is wrapped around this Charlotte home after a massive explosion destroyed everything inside. We first told you at noon that a family sleeping inside managed to escape just in time. All new at 5, Eyewitness News reporter Paige Hansen spoke to one of the people who was inside minutes before that explosion.
Well, tonight we have some new information after a Gastonia man's body was discovered on a Charlotte road just last month.
And just hours ago, the man and woman charged in his death appeared in court, and we've learned that investigators could charge a third person in the case. Today, Eyewitness News reporter Ken Lemon talked to the victim's girlfriend, who said they were all friends. Ken? The man accused of killing 3 people, including a 14-year-old boy at 2 Jewish centers in Kansas, has strong ties to North Carolina. Fraser Glenn Cross formed the Carolina Knights of the Ku Klux Klan in 1980. He also ran for governor of North Carolina and for U.S. Senate, while calling for an all-white nation in the Carolinas. ABC's Michelle Franzen has a look at what's now officially a hate crime investigation. Today, I spoke with people at Charlotte's Jewish Federation about this tragedy. Next at 5:30, I'll have a closer look at what's being done to make sure people here feel safe. Today, teachers returned to the school near Pittsburgh where police say a student stabbed 22 people. The teachers in Murraysville went to a counseling session together before stepping foot in Franklin Regional High School. Students will return Wednesday, a week after the attack. Police say Alex Reibel ran through the school with a pair of kitchen knives. Investigators don't have a motive yet. 4 students are still in critical condition. Right now, teacher pay is the main topic of a meeting in Raleigh. A legislative committee is looking at ways to improve public school pay beyond just the youngest teachers. The committee is showing its final report to the General Assembly. There's only a month left until the short session begins. Governor Pat McCrory has already said he will raise teacher base pay to $35,000 by next fall. CMS parents have until Friday to respond to a survey about the district's bell schedule. A survey went out last week for parents to give feedback on start and dismissal times. It's been an issue since 2011. The district added 45 minutes to the elementary school day to save money on transportation costs. But some parents say their children get home too late. Big changes, especially compared to the gorgeous weekend we just had.
Yeah, we are going to go back and forth, and then it's going to end up with snow on the mountains.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Snow on the mountains. Okay.
Thanks, John.
Yep.
The storm is still 30 miles away, but it's already pounding several neighborhoods in Hickory. With the rain, you can see the drops on the lens there. This same system spawned as many as 5 tornadoes across 3 states this weekend. You can see mobile homes tossed upside down and trees uprooted. Oklahoma City was hit hard by hail and heavy rain, and it's not over yet. The National Weather Service says parts of Oklahoma could see up to 2 inches of spring snow this week. Tonight, a Union County man is in jail accused of leaving his 89-year-old mother alone and helpless in her Waxhaw home. All new this hour, 2 men who dodged bullets in a Walmart parking lot after police say they stole jewelry are out of jail. Malik Moore and Wesley Perkins are charged with felony larceny. Belmont police say they met Matthew Olis on Friday to buy a ring from him. Instead, officers say they grabbed the ring and drove off. Investigators say Olis then fired 4 shots into the SUV. No one was hurt. Olis is charged with shooting into an occupied vehicle. Jurors heard more prosecution witnesses today in the former Chesterfield County Sheriff's corruption trial. The judges said Sam Parker's trial could wrap up as soon as Wednesday. He's accused of abusing his power by giving inmates certain freedoms and giving sheriff's office guns to friends. Parker could spend decades in prison if convicted. James Mitchell announced he is dropping out of the race for the 12th congressional district seat. He was hoping to take over the seat left vacant by Mel Watt, but he said the crowded field in the Democratic primary made it hard for him to raise the money needed for his campaign. Mitchell said he's now going to focus on his family and professional career. Mitchell was also considered to take over as mayor of Charlotte, but City Council picked Dan Clodfelter. And in less than an hour, Clodfelter will lead his first Charlotte City Council meeting in his new role as mayor. One of the big topics to be discussed will be construction along the Lynx Blue Line extension. Council members chose Clodfelter last week to take over as mayor after Patrick Cannon resigned in a federal corruption scandal. New this hour, police just caught a man who they say stole a car and assaulted its owner. Police say the victim left his car running while he ran into an auto store on North Sharon Avenue Road around 2 this afternoon. When the driver came out, he saw a man in his car starting to drive off. They say there was some kind of scuffle, the victim was hurt, and the car even rammed into part of the building. There were very few witnesses. Beef prices are soaring at your grocery store. What's pushing the price of meat to levels we have not seen in decades, and what some shops are doing to help you fight the costs. We uncovered millions of your tax dollars paid to people pretending to be unemployed.
These overpayments have been going on for years.
Now you're paying higher taxes to help the state dig out of a billion-dollar hole. At 6, what's being done to fight the fraud and when your taxes could go back down. The New this hour report blaming fracking for earthquakes in Ohio is creating political aftershocks in Washington. Environmental groups are already using the new findings to push for a moratorium on fracking and more studies about the negative impacts. Fracking involves injecting fluid into rock to extract oil and gas. The oil and gas industry argues it is safe and provides needed energy. Taking a live look now from our HD Hickory cam, you can still see some drops on the lens there. Heavy rain and thunder are moving this way. Meteorologist John Ahrens is using Charlotte's most powerful radar to track it all. Hey, John. After the birth of their first grandchild, the Charlotte couple decided to add on to their home.
But after they signed a contract to put down half of the money for the job, they say the builder just quit showing.
Tomorrow's the deadline for tax filing, but once you've filed, it's unlikely you'll be singled out for an audit. Budget cuts have forced the IRS to cut auditors. Last year, out of the 146 million individual returns, only 1.4 million were audited. That's less than 1% and the lowest rate since 2005. All day, our team of meteorologists have been tracking this massive storm as it inches closer and closer to Charlotte. When your neighborhood will see rain, next at 6. Eyewitness News uncovered millions of your tax dollars have been paid to people pretending to be unemployed. Now you're paying higher taxes to help dig North Carolina out of a billion-dollar hole.
It's embarrassing.
We learned the state's mistakes have gone on for years and become so bad the federal government has stepped in.
A woman upset with a delayed flight at Charlotte Douglas Airport received a pornographic response from U.S. Airways' Twitter account.
Yeah, it's a story we first told you about at 5, and in the last 30 minutes, the airline responded to our questions about how this could happen. Eyewitness News reporter Trish Williford is live at Charlotte's airport with more on the fallout after this obscene tweet. Trish? All right, Trish, thank you. After tanking last week, stocks were able to gain back some ground today, boosted by solid earnings from Citigroup and a pickup in retail sales. Taking a look at the final numbers, the Dow gained 146 points, the Nasdaq rose 22. A Cleveland County middle school teacher under investigation resigned over the weekend. The woman worked at Burns Middle School. She has not been charged, so her name has not been released. Sheriff's investigators are asking questions about photos and videos she's suspected to have.
This Social Security office in Hickory was finished in late 2012, but it closed in February because of a mysterious odor inside.
All day we saw people being turned away, unaware that the office was shut down. Eyewitness News reporter Dave Faraday dug deeper to find out what it means for the future of the building and uncovered how the government's messaging system is adding to the confusion. A Mooresville police officer had to be airlifted to CMC Maine in Charlotte after losing control and crashing near a shopping center. Police say the officer, who has not been named, tried to turn left off NC 150 onto Consumer Square Drive early Saturday morning. They say he then drove through the parking lot of a gas station and into a storage container in the back of a Fairfield Inn. Police have not said what caused the crash or how badly he's hurt. Television production crews may cause some problems for Mooresville drivers over the next several days. Crews shooting season 3 of the cable show Banshee are back in town. Here's video from 2012 when the show was taping in Monroe. It also had shoots in parts of Charlotte. A new report from Bloomberg ranks Charlotte as one of the country's fastest growing metro areas and says most people here are migrating from bigger cities. Between 2010 and 2013, Charlotte's population grew by 2.6%. That's the 5th highest among the country's top metro areas. New York City and Chicago lost people during the same time period. All right, John, thank you. Thanks for making Channel 9 your choice for news at 6. World News with Diane Sawyer is coming up in minutes.
We'll see you tonight at 11.